The most massive maritime conflict in the last decade is happening right now. The UK warships attacked the Chinese Coast Guard in the South China Sea. Two Royal Navy warships patrolling the sea suddenly attacked the Chinese Coast Guard, threatening to sink any vessel that continues to threaten Philippine ships. These actions were provoked by a recent incident involving Chinese aggression against the Philippines. In support, Britain sent two of its strongest ships, including the new Type 45 destroyer HMS Daring. This ship, built in 2009, was the first of a new type of destroyer, and there are currently 6 such ships in service in the UK.
Culminating point of all those lessons being learned, if we'd had one Type 45 in Admiral Woodward's task group, the situation would have been very, very different.
It's even called the Predator among ships for a reason, as it has Sea Viper's missiles that can destroy aircraft, cruise missiles, and drones at a distance of up to 74 miles. PAM's anti-aircraft missile systems also fit perfectly here, providing the best cover from air attacks. At the same time, 6 Silver VLS launchers for 48 missiles will also come to the defense, and this powerful list is completed by the Harpoon missile, which is capable of sinking ships by attacking the most vulnerable areas.
And what a wonderful thing for this country and for the Navy that we've got these ships coming in.
It was the Harpoon missile that attacked the Chinese Coast Guard, leading to a great deal of unrest. We'll talk about this a little later. But first, let's move to another part of the sea where a Japanese Coast Guard helicopter attacked Chinese ships. A UH-60 Black Hawk pilot spotted 87 Chinese fishing vessels entering the territory of Miyako Island. You might think, what's wrong with that? However, this water area is located in the exclusive economic zone of Japan. The Coast Guard sent a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter to intercept the vessels and ordered them to leave the area. When the boats ignored the warning, the helicopter fired several warning shots in the air. We can say that Chinese fishermen are lucky because the UH-60 Black Hawk is a really powerful weapon manufactured by the U.S. Sikorsky Aircraft Company.
It'll give you every bit of the performance that it's supposed to and just a little bit more.
It's mainly designed to transport cargo and troops, but it also carries a serious weapon. The helicopter is famous for its survivability thanks to 2 General Electric engines with a capacity of 1,620 horsepower each. In the case of a fault in one engine, the Black Hawk can continue to fly on the other. The same engines are responsible for a high payload of up to 24,000 pounds. Among all the cargo, weapons stand out, which can be adapted to the needs. For example, 2 6-barreled M134 machine guns or larger Gatling guns can be installed in the cockpit. AGM-114 Hellfire guided missiles against ground targets or FIM-92 missiles against air targets are mounted on external suspensions.
There are 2 sets of controls, and for all intents and purposes, they're exact duplicates of each other.
The Black Hawk is really a great helicopter, but China was trying to get another one cunningly. Not long ago, the Chinese military offered a Taiwanese pilot $16 million to desert with a CH-47 Chinook heavy helicopter. They planned to land a helicopter on board of the amphibious assault ship sailing through the Taiwan Strait. A typical cunning tactic for China, which they've repeatedly practiced to get foreign weapons, study it, and create your own version. This is what they did with the Ukrainian Varyag aircraft carrier, which became the Liaoning in Chinese hands, and now they wanted to do it with the CH-47 Chinook.
The most dangerous maneuver that we do is doing sling load operations.
This legendary helicopter is a real Hollywood celebrity, as you've definitely seen it in movies. However, it deserved its fame for a reason. During the Vietnam War, the Chinook proved its worth. In addition to its transportation purpose, it was used as an installer of smoke barriers, an aerosol sprayer, and a tow truck for damaged and abandoned aircraft. 4 units of flying artillery were even tested on its basis, but the idea was later rejected.
About 2 seats right here, and there's enough room to lay patients on the floor.
The CH-47 Chinook also set a record in the transportation of manpower, 147 people with their stuff. If this number of armed soldiers landing on a mission may not surprise you, how would you react to the fact that 17,500 U.S. troops have arrived at Subic Bay, Philippines in the South China Sea? Airborne training from legendary MC-130J is currently underway there. This is an American medium and long-range military transport aircraft, which is the most common military transport aircraft in the world.
And it really is a crew airplane in all the best sense of the word.
A new Allison T-56 turboprop engine with a maximum output of up to 4,100 horsepower and a speed of 430 miles per hour was developed specifically for it. In its latest modification, the MC-130J received completely updated electronic equipment, including a satellite navigation system. The Super Hercules has been used in all known military conflicts since its release in 1956 and has proven to be an incredibly reliable transport aircraft. It's mainly used to transport military troops, ammunition, medicines, and even tanks like the Abrams.
It's amazing for such a huge airplane. It really does anything you want.
By the way, in addition to the U.S.-Philippine paratroopers conducting joint exercises, the Hercules also delivered equipment, including the Avenger air defense system, along with the FIM-92 Stinger surface-to-air missile. The Avenger is a lightweight, self-propelled anti-aircraft system with missile and machine gun weapons intended for use against air targets. It must fight enemy tactical and military aircraft.
If I saw the M3P 50 caliber machine gun and the Avenger weapon system on the battlefield.
The Avenger is equipped with a freely rotating operator's cab and a fire control module. The module is equipped with 2 launchers that can accommodate 8 FIM-92 missiles. This is a single-stage solid fuel missile with an infrared homing head that works on a fire-and-forget basis. Despite its compact size, the FIM-92 is very agile. Its flight speed reaches 2,460 feet per second, and its range is 2 miles.
The Avenger system first came to notoriety when it was used to protect the Pentagon.
It performs well against low-flying targets such as helicopters and cargo airplanes. The system can also be an excellent defender against slow kamikaze drones, which are increasingly used in warfare. This equipment came specifically for the 1st Battalion of the 174th Artillery Regiment of the U.S. Army, which also arrived in the Philippines to help the military undergo the Balikatan training. These exercises are aimed at strengthening bilateral trust, the ability to act together, and reinforce the cooperation built over decades of joint experience. Even the name of the exercise, Balikatan, has a special meaning as it means side by side in Filipino, which once again emphasizes the deep-rooted partnership between the two countries. This significant event marks the beginning of joint training between the U.S. and Philippine military. One of the planned trainings includes an MC-130J airborne assault. However, don't you think it's strange that such a massive exercise is taking place at a time when tensions between the U.S., Britain, and China are on the brink? Hundreds of Australian ground troops who also arrived in the Philippines for a major joint military exercise joined the group.
So we know what our actual weapon system is capable of. We have hands on. We're ready to do that whenever we need to.
Will these exercises really take place as planned, or is this a global plan of the U.S., Britain, Philippines tandem to launch a military operation? There's a reason why the U.S. military took their equipment. However, it's very difficult to comment on the situation at the moment, and as soon as we have accurate information, we'll share it with you. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a new video, and also put precious likes on this video. You motivate us to search for truthful information and create videos for you. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.